Hi there, Jim from Overpower. In this video, I'm going to give you 10 areas that you can focus on to improve your health, well-being, and also to tone up and feel fitter and stronger. If you're a lady right now that's a mum, quite busy, unsure of how you can actually make changes in your health, in your body, in your fitness, and you're looking to improve that, but you don't know where to start, this video is going to give you some overviews and some ideas of how you can move forwards. Now, before we go into it, 10 things to do might feel a little bit overwhelming, so you don't need to do all of these at once. These are the 10 things that I recommend that you look at and be aware of, and you can just pick one to start with. With the ladies that we help at Overpower, we've currently got over 200 ladies that work with us locally in the North Cambridge area. We don't ask our clients and the ladies to do everything at once. They take one step at a time and build on that to build these healthy habits and actually make it a routine for life. So without further ado, let's get into these. Now, the first thing we need to consider when looking to get these principles in place is our motivation. Like, how motivated and positive do you feel about improving your body and your health? Because if without that, it's going to be really hard to get going with all of the other habits. So motivation is often this first thing that we look at. And the irony of motivation is that it doesn't just happen. Motivation is actually a response to action. Like, once you've taken that action, you'll start to feel motivated. And the way that I recommend you do that is by taking a first step to doing something positive. It might be making a healthy choice with food, going to do an exercise session, starting with Overpower. Like, that will lead to motivation. But if you're waiting to be motivated to get started, that's not going to happen. The second thing we need to look at is nutrition. And these aren't in order, by the way, but this is the second thing that we might consider. Motivation definitely comes first, like getting started and feeling motivated because of that. But the second thing to look at is nutrition. Now, when you look at your meals, are you having 3 healthy meals a day? Like, are they consisting of great nutrients that help your body to not only to lose weight and tone up, but have energy, to get more from your day, so the fuel to actually move around with the kids, do your work, do all of the stuff that you do as a busy mum? Like, is your nutrition fueling that? If not, maybe it's something you need to look at. And with the ladies that we help at Overpower, we give them recipes, ideas, but also the understanding of what to eat and why, so that they can be empowered to make good choices. No rules, no diets. If you're trying to stick to a really strict diet, lots of restricted calories, my advice would be to move away from that and start to build healthy meals into your life that you enjoy and that you can actually maintain for life. The third point, and this is also to do with food, is your snack choices. Like, what are you doing to in between meals to give yourself a little bit more fuel and energy? Is it crisps? Is it chocolate? Is it biscuits? If that's common for you, and it's okay if it's now and again, but if that's your go-to, then we really need to address that, because you're going to be getting a lot of calories in from that, which is going to be influencing your weight and your body fat. So we need to address that and look towards healthy snacks. One that I can really recommend and that works for a lot of our ladies is like carrots and hummus, sugar snap peas and hummus. And hey, if you don't like that, there's other ideas as well, but that can be a really good way to get some healthy food in, make yourself feel pretty satisfied, and it's low calorie and really healthy as well. So that would be my advice for snacks, and we've got loads more ideas. If you're looking for help with that, please ask. I've got a little list here if you see me looking down. The fourth thing is your hydration. And this probably comes before food. Like, if you're not hydrated well, drinking 2.5 more litres of water a day, then you're gonna feel like you need food to feel energized and satisfied. Like, our body's made up of water predominantly. It's like 70% water, around that. And our brain's made up of even more water than that. So if we're not hydrated and we're not drinking fluids as part of our daily routine, we're going to start getting cravings for sugar more, for salt more, because your body's going to want to feel energized. So hydration is a really key fundamental, and my advice would be to have a bottle that you're taking with you on the day. You can get the ones that tell you, I've actually got one here, how much you've drank, just for a bit of personal accountability. If you haven't got one of these, I really recommend you get one. You can get one off Amazon for about £10. It's probably the best investment you can make in regards to your health, so that you're making sure you're drinking this stuff, okay? The fifth point here is about conditioning your body, strength training, toning up. a lot of ladies ask me, like, what's the best exercise to do? I'm doing running, I'm doing this, I'm doing bounce, I'm doing YouTube workouts. Like, if I was to give you one type of exercise to do to get the best results in the least amount of time, and also to condition your body for long-term health and well-being, like later life, it would be strength training done properly. And by done properly, I mean with the right technique, with the right exercises that actually help your body. I'm not talking about doing burpees. We don't do any of that overpower. I'm talking about doing strength work on your legs, on your arms, on your core, so that 1, you get stronger, 2, you tone up, and 3, you feel great. The endorphins that you get from moving all of your body and getting those muscles stimulated is incredible. And it's also very low injury risk when done properly. So you might find that when running, you hurt your knees, you hurt your backs. It's okay to do running if you really enjoy that. You don't need to. But my advice would be that you get at least 2, ideally 3, strength and conditioning workouts into your week. And I'd probably get some advice if you don't know where to start for that. And you could go and get that at a gym. You could get a personal trainer. Obviously, this is what we do at Overpower as well. So that is key part of toning up in the fat loss and also getting stronger and fitter. You can build a lot of fitness just through strength training. Many people don't know this. Your heart rate will be worked, and it actually carries over to being fitter for walking and running and all of that. So it's a huge part of our process, and any trainer that will want you to help you get in shape will get you doing weights and strength training, but just make sure you do it safely and correctly so you don't risk injury. The 6th point I've got here is your movement on a daily basis. Like, are you getting your steps up? Are you getting out for little walks? Like, there's a big thing about 10,000 steps a day. And look, if that doesn't work for you, that's okay. You might do more, you might do less. But the key thing here is that you are being active. You are thinking about where you're parking your car in a car park, parking on this side of the car park if the entrance is over here. So you just got those extra opportunities to move your body. That's not only going to help you to feel more energized, it's also going to increase your daily calorie burn, and that is going to be really, really helpful for you long term if your goal is to lose body fat, lose weight, and start to see your body change. Like, they all add up. You might have heard of the compound effect, which is like little things done often leads to long-term results. That's the same with moving a little more. You might think that 5-10 minute walk at lunch doesn't make a big difference, but you do that every day for a whole year, it makes a huge difference. What number are we on? 7th point here is sleep. This is a key fundamental for getting your health and body in the right place. And often sleep patterns can be influenced by what we eat, what we're exercising. So all of the things we've mentioned, hydration, are going to aid your sleep. But if you're staying up late watching Netflix and all of that, that's okay now and again, but you really need to be looking at your sleep if you want to get healthy and fit and strong, because we do a lot of recovering when we sleep. Often people that have just literally improved their sleep have noticed that they lose weight. You're less likely to crave food and things like that, because this is what we do when we're tired. You think about when you've had an all-nighter, or maybe not anymore as a busy mum, but back in the day, or maybe still now, who knows, no judgments here. If you go out for a long night, loads of drinks, and you really wake up tired the next day and you're trying to get through the day, often we're looking for food to get through that. And that's just an example of what happens when we're underslept, when we haven't had enough sleep. Point number 8 on my list is, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is coping with stress. This is a huge thing that we approach at Overpower, because often our emotions lead to our actions. You might think to a time when you felt down, a bit sad, or you had a stressful day at work. What response are you doing to get through that? What's your coping mechanism? Because these are really important. If you're moving towards alcohol and food to deal with stress, like, that's okay, because there's a time that's necessary and that does help. But if that's your go-to and that's your regular coping mechanism, there's going to be an influence on your body, going to gain weight from that. We're going to lose energy because we're putting poison, alcohol, foods that aren't good for us into our body often. We're going to feel that. So looking for healthy coping mechanisms, and we talk about these all the time. Just one example might be getting out for a walk in nature, might be putting some music on. There's 2 examples. I won't share too many, but thinking about how you're coping when life doesn't go quite to plan, which it won't always go to plan. How you cope is going to be the key. So this is something we're looking at with our ladies all of the time and helping them on their journey with how to cope during stressful scenarios. And I recommend you consider that if you're looking to move forwards with your health and well-being. The next point here, I think I've actually written down 11, which is pretty cool, so you're getting a bonus one, is self-care. this links in really nicely with the coping with stress. But as a busy mum, busy women, often you put yourself last. I know this because I live with one, my fiance. We've got 2 stepdaughters. I've got a mum. So I know what women are like. I work with 200 ladies in the local area. So I know they often, in the past, especially the ladies that we work with, had put themselves down the bottom of the pile. And as a result, their body was suffering. So when you nudge yourself up the pile and you look after you first, you can really help all the others around you. You are a better mum. You are a better work colleague. You are a better partner to your husband. And you feel better in yourself, because when we are, don't like to call it selfish, when we use self-love, when we're loving ourselves by, you know, going out for that walk, going to do some exercise, making some time to cook a healthy meal, going and spending some time with friends. Like, it doesn't have to be health focused, you know, going out with friends for a nice meal. These are all really important things for you. And I can't tell you what you enjoy. Maybe it's doing some painting, maybe it's listening to some music, maybe it's reading a book, having a soak in the bath. Like, self-care is really important, and we're always banging on to our clients about the importance of just making some time for you. And lastly, the last point here is balance. Like, all of these habits are great, everything is positive if you're doing all this, but it can be really hard to maintain if you don't allow yourself to relax. And by relax, I mean enjoy that chocolate brownie at the auction rooms or the coffee shop local to you. Like, enjoy that Chinese takeaway with the family if that's what you want to do. Go out and have pizza and chips and indulge a little bit and actually enjoy life. And look, that might not be food related. It might be going out for going away for the weekend and just completely relaxing and not doing any exercise. Like, whatever it is that gives you some balance. We can't all be go, 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 go. Many ladies I speak to on the start of our 6-week program journey, one of the challenges that they've got is they're all or nothing. They're kind of either really on it, really good with their food, really good with their exercise, or they're not at all. Or they just don't think that they can do it because they think they've got to be this perfect, healthy person. And that is literally not the case. I've just got back off a weekend myself away, indulged in a Chinese takeaway, had a fish and chips. Like, all of it was great, I relaxed. But the key here is to do it guilt-free. If you do it guilt-free, knowing that you're on a positive journey, and obviously you can only do this when you've got a routine that is positive. If you are making good decisions and making good choices regularly, consistently, then you can enjoy those other things guilt-free, relaxed. And that's so important for long-term progress, because it feels more achievable and you don't feel like you're just sticking to this plan all the time that you've got no freedom. We all want our freedom, and that's really key. So there's quite a lot to take in there. As I said, you might want to re-watch this video. Well, I didn't say that. As I said, don't try and do it all at once. Pick one that jumped out for you. Maybe write a little note down or re-watch this video again. Some of the training videos that I've learned over the past 3, 4, 5 years and longer, to be honest, about myself and my body and my mindset, I've had to re-watch them again and again and again because I needed to hear it again, because you're always in a different place. So if you didn't take all of that in, don't worry, but maybe write one thing down that you could do as a positive response to this. And if you'd like to book a call with us at Overpower and talk about your current challenges, maybe you can hear it all but you can't really make sense of what to do first, that's okay. We'll quite happily have a call with you, a bit of a kickstart call to help you on your journey, whether that's to join us and do our 6-week program and get started. That's absolutely available to you. Or if you just want some advice on how you can approach your fitness and your health to move forwards, then we're cool to help as well with that, even if the 6 weeks with us isn't the right thing for you. We just want to help. So please do fill in the form around this video, or click the link if you're watching this through Facebook, or just reach out to us and send us a direct message if you want any more help. Thanks for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing how you progress on your journey forwards. Hopefully you can still hear me.